I have a message for my friends in the West. India and Pakistan are not the same. Don't make that mistake because it is inconvenient for you to think about us properly. India is the largest democracy in the world. On the other hand, Pakistan is a known harbor to terrorists like Osama bin Laden, Hafiz Saeed, Sajid Mir, Masood Azhar. India has safely protected the culture of Hindus, of Sikhs, of Muslims, of Jains, of Zoroastrians, of Buddhists, of Jews, and of Christians for as long as time. Pakistan has purged every single minority population to the point of erasure. India's claim is that it is responding to an 80-year-long history of terrorist insurgency, directly supported and executed by the Pakistani government, by the Pakistani army, and by its intelligence. Pakistan's claim is that India did a false flag and killed its own people, Hindus particularly, to start a war. For what? It is not Pakistan occupied Kashmir and India occupied Kashmir. It is Pakistan occupied Kashmir and Jammu and Kashmir, which is an integral part of India since 1947, some part of which Pakistan invaded and annexed. Don't fall for this false equivalence. We are responding in defense and we are doing well. If you cannot support us, get out of the way. We will handle our business and you will see us do it gracefully and skillfully. To the people of Pakistan, we do not fight against US people. We fight against your flawed identity. The identity that you so proudly wear. An identity that rests on your desire to disturb our peaceful existence without you. We fight against repeated crimes you've supported and executed on our people, on our soil. 2008, 2016, 2019, 2025 only in recent memory. We fight against your corrupt regime. We fight against that regime that takes all its money and kids and places it in London and New York so it can safely gamble with your lives for the sake of ideology. We fight against the regime that put Imran Khan in jail, and once Nawaz Sharif, and once Benazir Bhutto, and before my time many others. The one that wears a mask of democracy that both you and I can see through. That regime is our enemy and also your enemy. Give up on it. Reject it. India does not want blood. But if blood is what takes to get peace, so it shall be. Reject your establishment, denounce its evil, and move towards peace. We started the same in 1947, and you can see the difference. 80 years since, you can see the difference. Move towards that. We do not fight US people. We fight you for the ideology and identity you so proudly wear. Jai Hind. Sir, thank you for your time again.
God bless you.
Where are we?
We are doing well. Straight answer. Look, the simple fact is that on 22nd of April, which just happened to be my wedding anniversary, we were planning to celebrate and with my children, grandchildren, the extended family. Suddenly we switched on the TV और मैंने बच्चियों को बिलखते देखा. I have seen death up close, very close, too close for comfort, not once, twice, hundreds of times. But I don't know why this hit me so hard. The helplessness of our little girls. 6 days into the marriage, your husband is shot in front of your eyes. They shoot the father in front of his children. Personally, I was outraged. And the explosion of outrage in this country had to be seen to be believed. I'm very happy the Prime Minister left the Saudi Arabia trip, rushed back, and things got into action. We've adopted a whole of the government approach. Very good. We first put diplomatic pressure, we put economic warfare pressure by holding the treaty, Indus Water Treaty in abeyance, right? And then the Prime Minister said the very next day in Bihar, he made that statement. We will get you out from wherever you are. We will root you out for wherever you are. The perpetrators, their masters back there, they will all be brought to justice. They will be punished. Mitti mein mila denge. Unimaginable consequences. So this was a clear indication that India wanted to go kinetic military.
बिल्कुल.
Clear indication.
हाँ,
Then on 29th of April, we held that, the televised conference, more or less, it was put on television screens. The Prime Minister discussing with the Raksha Mantri, with the National Security Advisor, Mr. Ajit Doval, Kirti Chakra, very lucky to have him now, and the Chief of Defence Staff, right, Anil Chauhan, the Army Chief, General Upendra Dwivedi, the Navy Chief, Admiral Trivedi, the Air Chief, Marshal A.P. Singh. I mean, the entire might of the Indian Republic, those who direct the might of the Indian Republic were there on this thing. And the Prime Minister gave a free hand to the service chiefs. He said, we have full faith in you. Choose your targets, choose how to hit them, choose the time. All left to you. This was last done in 1971 by Madame Indira Gandhi. She gave a free hand to Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw. He was told to go in the month of March 71. I was there in that war. And he said, Madam, I'll obey your orders. I'll go in now. I cannot promise you victory. Simple reason, the monsoon is about to come. Monsoon comes, no air support, the ground will turn into a quagmire. My tanks, my trucks will all bog down. My guns will bog down. You want me to go in now? I'll go in now. But you let me go in. I've got your mind. You let me go in the month of November, December, when the ground hardens, when the snow closes the passes on the Himalayas. Even if the Chinese want, they cannot intervene. Let me go in then. I assure you 100% victory. But should you not be convinced, please ask me whether I should put my resignation on mental grounds or physical grounds. He said, no, Sam, do it your way. One good word. This is called delegation. This is called delegation. This is called having faith in your subordinates. And they delivered. Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, Admiral Nanda, Air Marshal, Lal, Air Marshal Lal, they delivered grandly. 13 days, Pakistan broken into two. 93,000 prisoners of war surrender. 93,000 prisoners of war surrender, and a new nation state is created with the force of arms. This, by the way, was the largest surrender after the Second World War, largest mass surrender. I mean, what a grand denouement. So, I'm very happy that this time also a free hand has been given to the armed forces. But all that I would, as an old soldier, say is, now delegate fully. Delegate fully. Now, let me just give you a run-up on what has happened.
Right.
7th of May, 2025. We hit across the POK, the LOC and the international border. We hit 5 targets in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, and we hit 4 targets in Punjab. Terror targets, highly visible terror targets. You see, it's very important to understand this. Visibility, high optics, terror targets, like for instance, Markaz-e Subhanallah, where in Bhavalpur, 110 kilometers from the international border, right? That is the palatial headquarters of the Jaish-e-Mohammed, Maulana Masood Azhar. You see, this $10 million had been given by the Osama bin Laden to create this palatial headquarters of a terror organization. Brought down to rubble, eat baja di, bhaijan. And then we hit Muridke. Markaz-e Taiba, the headquarters of the Lashkar-e Taiba of Hafiz Saeed, the mastermind of the 2611, where David Coleman Headley and Ajmal Kasab, Amir Ajmal Kasab was trained, flattened. We hit the headquarters of the Hizbul Mujahideen, Sialkot, flattened. flattened to the ground, raised to the bloody ground. You see, when we had hit in 2016 surgical strike, we'd chosen launch pads 3 to 4 kilometers from the LC. Our special forces, our para commandos, they had gone in, killed 40 people as they were sleeping, came out without a scratch. 1 year, Pakistan remains quiet, then it starts again. In 2019, they hit us in, Pulwama, and we then had 40 CRPF troopers, boys martyred, right? We hit back in Balakot. Our Mirage 2000 crossed over 80 kilometers inside, right? And hit a camp in Pakistan proper, which is Balakot, and killed 200 terrorists there. The problem in both these were out in the jungles, far from population centers. तो बोलते हैं ना जंगल में मोर नाचा किसी ने ना देखा.
Right.
You know, so though we hit so hard, though we did so well, Pakistan had an excuse to say कौए मारे हैं साहब, चिड़िया मारी है, गौरैया मारी है, कबूतर मारे. अब आके गिन लो कबूतर. इस बारी we have chosen high visibility targets and flattened them. अब गिनो कबूतर ना, आके गिनो कबूतर. पाकिस्तान की आर्मी आके इनको नेशनल फ्लैग में ड्रेप करके टेररिस्ट हरामखोरों को they are giving state funerals. Pakistani army generals are coming and saluting. If this is not a terror state, what else is? They've shown to the whole world. After we did this, we told Pakistan that we have hit only terror targets. We haven't hit your armed forces, we haven't hit your population. You want to call it off? This is the off ramp. तुम्हारे को ऑफ रैंप दे रहे हैं, ठीक है? You don't, choice is yours. Next day, General Asim Munir, whom I call Mad Mullah Munir, who started this damn war because he wanted an extension. Do you know that?
That's it.
That's it. He has already wrangled one extension out of the
2019
Shahbaz Sharif,
Acha.
He already wrangled one extension out of them, right? But he like Ziaul Haq and General Pervez Musharraf, he wants 11 years till he's either assassinated or, exiled, right? He wanted 11 years. So he started this tamasha because otherwise he should have retired by the original program in October this year. This man loves the power and pelf of office, loves the power to kick prime ministers out of the office, to impose prime ministers on Pakistan, steal elections. The last time they stole an election, 1971. And they lost half their country. Second election they have stolen, he's about to lose the country, fracturing into 4 or 5 parts. I would not be surprised. So, what does Mad Mullah Munir do? Contrary to all common sense, next day he attacks 15 Indian locations, cities where there are airfields or army headquarters like Corps Headquarters Bhatinda, for example. He hits them all from north to south, from Kashmir to Bhuj. 2,000 kilometer frontage, he launches 15 attacks with his missiles, with his drones. Right? With his rockets, drones, missiles, he launches 15 attacks on these targets in our depth area. Right? On our military targets, we hit only the terror camps. Now, there are no terror camps in India that he can hit. So, this man hits our military targets. But the good news is, fortunately, we have one of the best air defense systems in the world currently. Right? I would say it is next only to the United States, Russia, and Israel. Period. Right? And do you know the good news? Our air defense system performed better than all of them. Each and every one of the incoming Pakistani rockets, missiles, drones was shot down. How? Why, you'll ask? Because India has an air defense shield which comprises of Russian S-400 Triumph missiles, surface-to-air missiles, right? These missiles can look up, their radars can look up to 600 kilometers. Beyond Pakistan into Afghanistan, they can look, right? And they can shoot up to 400 kilometers. That means all the aircraft rising from any Pakistani airfield, more or less, can be shot down from India. And that is what has happened. We shot down their aircraft over Pakistani territory. They were rising from Sargodha, they got plinked. They were rising from other places, they got plinked. The debris has all fallen in Pakistan. But thanks to their social media and even their other media, they all ran. Ore, yahan gira. And they found कि कोई Indian नहीं गिरा, ये आपके जहाज गिरे.
अच्छा.
We have, as per the unconfirmed reports circulating in the media so far, we are waiting for the Ministry of Defence briefing today, but we have shot down possibly one AWAC, Swedish, IRI, AWAC, Airborne Warning and Control Aircraft, which can see deep into India. We've shot down one F-16 and two JF-17 fighters. This is a shake-up call, man. This is a shake-up call, right? And then we hit back that afternoon. During daylight hours, we hit back with our Horop Israeli kamikaze drones, right? Now, when this drone started flying, they thought it is a reconnaissance drone. So they opened up their radars to shoot it down. This missile homes in onto radar. Oh. Boom.
अच्छा.
Lahore ka radar.
हाँ, that I heard.
Dhurm, gaya. They hit Rawalpindi. They hit Sialkot. These are the heart centers of Pakistan. And we told them a message. You want to mess with us? You want to mess with us? We'll give it to you. We'll take you to the escalation ladder steps that you want to climb. Your choice, baby. Your choice. Right? And then at night, Pakistan tried to retaliate on the line of control by opening artillery fire. We are much better placed in artillery on the line of control than he is. They claim to have hit one of our brigade headquarters, one post. In actual fact, पर खच्चे उड़ा दिए इनके. ठीक है? Then they started hitting. और कुछ नहीं मिला तो गुरुद्वारा हिट किया. Civilians मारे 10 से 16 civilians की खबर आ रही. इनके साइड में जो हुआ है, I would rather not talk about it. ठीक है? They've been hit and hit hard. You see, the beauty is, a Pakistani YouTuber was saying, उन्होंने 24 मिसाइल फायर किए, ब्रह्मोस और स्पाइस और हैमर. All of them got through and hit our targets, and we are seeing the result. सबके सामने कौए, कुत्ते, बिल्ली, अब गिन लो. When we hit, not one missile gets through. You see, let me put it in international perspective. Air defense is becoming lethal today. We've seen it in the Russia-Ukraine war. We've seen it in the Israel conflict, right? Now, the Ukrainians, with all the American, THAADs and Patriots, etc., they are achieving 70% interception rates, kill rates. The Russians are achieving rates of 80-85%. The Israelis, when the Iranians attacked them with missiles, reached attrition rates or kill rates of 97 to 99%.
Right.
India yesterday achieved a full-on 100%. Every single rocket, missile, drone fired got shot down. And in addition, when our S-400 radars, opened up and looked deep inside Pakistan, then our Akashes have done beautifully. Our MR-SAMs have performed wonders. We started plinking them over the skies in Pakistan. One Afghan, they had very grandiosely, the Pakistani Air Force Fizaya. Their F-16s had gone and hit 2 villages in Afghanistan as punishment, and killed 52 women and children. The Afghans' blood is boiling. And you know what the Afghans said? हमारे पास Air Force नहीं थी, तो तुम घोड़े पे चढ़ के हमारे गांव के अटैक कर रहे थे, हमारी औरतें बच्चे मारे हैं तुमने, हराम जादो. अब कहाँ गया तुम्हारा शौर्य, तुम्हारा सूरमापन? अब हिंदुस्तान की एयरफोर्स को करके दिखाओ ना. दिखाओ हिंदुस्तान की एयरफोर्स के लड़के. चुप, कायर, cowards. The Pakistani Air Force is trying to preserve itself. Survive this damn war. Right? Because they were just not ready. When Asim Munir, he was having a holiday in Kazakhstan. Official tour, but in actual fact, a holiday. गर्मी बहुत है रावलपिंडी में साहब. गर्मी लगती है. तो वो जाते हैं अच्छी ठंडी जगह, Kazakhstan. दौड़े भाग, had to come running back. Had a conference with his Navy chief, Air chief, and the Air chief told him, मरा दिया मुरीद, मरा दिया मुरीद, तेने मरा दिया हमको. अबे मेरे आधे F-16 दे आर आउट ऑफ ऑर्डर, उनके अपग्रेड हो रहा है. डोनाल्ड ट्रंप ने $400 मिलियन दिए थे अपग्रेड के लिए. दे आर आउट ऑफ हॉर्स, निकम खोल खाल के रखे सारे इंजन. मेरे जो JF-17 चाइनीज फाइटर्स हैं, आधे के रडार काम नहीं करते साहब, आधे के रडार काम नहीं करते. ठीक है. और मैं तो मारा जाऊंगा. नेवी चीफ से पूछा, बोला मरा दिया मुरीद, मेरे पास 8 सबमरीन हैं, 5 अगस्टा 3 मिजिट. इस वक्त केवल 2 अगस्टा काम कर रही है. और हिंदुस्तान का एयरक्राफ्ट कैरियर विक्रांत वो आ गया है वहां पे, पूरे जो है क्या कहते हैं अपने बैटल ग्रुप के साथ. बैटल ग्रुप में मिसाइल डिस्ट्रॉयर्स, मिसाइल फ्रिगेट, सबमरीन सब होता है. मेरे पास तो 2 ही है. You couldn't have chosen a worse time. His corps commanders told him, why didn't you consult us? We are not ready. पाकिस्तान की फौज के पास 7 से 10 दिन का एमिनेशन होता था, जिसको बोलते हैं वॉर वेस्टेज रेट, WWR. 7 से 10 दिन का. अमेरिकन जो बाइडन ने चाबी मरोड़ी इसकी, तो यूक्रेन को 2 एमिनेशन बेच दिया. आर्टिलरी 155 मिलीमीटर राउंड्स बेच दिए यूक्रेन को, $320 मिलियन वर्थ. पहले भी 7 से 10 दिन का था, अब तो 5 से 6 दिन पे आ गया है एमिनेशन. इसको बोलते हैं एविएशन टर्बाइन फ्यूल, ATF, जिससे जहाज उड़ते हैं. कितने दिन का है रिजर्व? 5. अब वो हमारे बोलते हैं ना, नंगी क्या नहाएगी क्या निचोड़ेगी.
राइट.
ठीक है. क्या लड़ोगे? अरे लड़ना तुमने मुंह से थोड़ी ना है, लड़ना तो पड़ेगा साहब. तोपे और तोपों के पास चारा नहीं हो तो वो कहाँ फायर करेगा एमिनेशन. तुम 7-8 दिन से ज्यादा लड़ नहीं सकते. हमको भी मालूम है, तुमको भी मालूम है. ठीक है. अब तेरा क्या होगा कालिया, अब तेरा क्या होगा.
तो सर मतलब एक्चुअली फ्रॉम अ सोल्जर्स पर्सपेक्टिव वी आर ऑलरेडी इन वॉर.
ऑफ कोर्स यू आर एट वॉर.
मतलब फ्रॉम अ सिविलियन पर्सपेक्टिव हम थोड़ी अनाउंसमेंट का वेट कर रहे हैं, बट फ्रॉम अ सोल्जर्स पर्सपेक्टिव दिस इज इट, राइट? दिस इज व्हाट इट लुक्स लाइक.
इट इज एज वॉर लाइक एज यू कैन गेट.
वेल द लास्ट टाइम देयर वाज वॉर, आई थिंक 99, I was 3. or yes, I mean
71 was a real war.
Real war. 99 was not a real war.
Limited war.
Limited war.
Limited war.
तो सर ऐसे ही स्टार्ट होता है क्या? is this the beginning?
Of course, this is how you get up the escalation ladder. Then it depends on what the other side does. You know, हमने तो ऑफ रैम्प दिया था कि भैया हमने टेरर टारगेट्स मार लिए, वो काफी है. वो काफी नहीं है.
ये नहीं मान रहे.
टेल यू वो काफी नहीं है. असली जो गुनाहगार हैं वो ये टेररिस्ट, ये तो कैनन फॉडर है. दे आर एक्सपेंडेबल. ये नाली के कीड़े हैं पाकिस्तान के. उनकी स्लम से उठाए हैं, लाहौर कराची की स्लम से मदरसों में डाल दिए उनके माँ बाप ने, क्योंकि 14-15 बच्चे हैं जिसके वो खिला नहीं सकता, तो मदरसे में भेज देता है. 2 रोज का खाना तो मिलेगा मेरे बच्चे को, और वहां उसको ऐसे 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 करके ब्रेन वॉश किया जाता है. और ब्रेन वॉश के बाद बोलता है 72 हुए हैं, डाल ये सुसाइड वेस्ट, मर जाओ, तेरी फैमिली को हम दे देंगे कुछ हजार. So it was a low cost, no cost war for the Pakistan army. But who is the real terrorist? Who is the real planner? कौन इनको रिक्रूट करता है, कौन इनको ट्रेन करता है, कौन इनको हथियार असला देता है, कौन इनको भेजता है? पाकिस्तान की फौज और ISI. For example, let me give you a clear illustration. This Pahalgam strike. How do you think it happened? There is a India desk in the ISI headed by a brigadier. He's supposed to be one of their top class guys, you know. उसके 3-4-5 मेजर कर्नल वगैरह होते हैं. तो एक मेजर को टास्क दिया गया कि लेस करो लश्कर तैयबा से और उसका जो सो कॉल्ड कश्मीर रेजिस्टेंस फ्रंट, वो नाम बदलते हैं ताकि वो अकाउंट जो है वो सील ना हो जाता है, तो दूसरा अकाउंट खोलना पड़ता है.
रीब्रांडिंग करते हैं.
रीब्रांडिंग करते हैं. तो वो उससे मिला, किससे? हाफिज सईद से, और एक है सैफुल्लाह कश्मीरी. ठीक है. ये 2 टॉप टेररिस्ट हैं, प्लानर्स इनके. और उसने कहा ये ऑपरेशन प्लान करना है, मारना है काफिरों को. तो ये ऑपरेशन प्लान किया गया, उसको प्रेजेंट किया, बोले ये चेंज, और फिर फाइनली बोला ठीक है मेरे बॉस को बताएंगे. वो ब्रिगेडियर ISI के ब्रिगेडियर साहब के पास गए, उसने सुना, अपने आइडियाज दिए, सुझाव दिए, और फिर कहता हाँ ठीक है. फिर गया DG ISI के पास, जो अब NSA है पाकिस्तान का. He's been appointed NSA of पाकिस्तान. ठीक है. वो DG ISI के पास गया और उसको प्लान प्रेजेंट किया, उसने बोला ओके अप्रूव्ड, गुड। आखिरी अप्रूवल किसने दिया?
आसिम मुनीर।
जनरल मुल्ला आसिफ मुनीर. He is the guy who signed off on this attack. So who's the perpetrator? अरे असली फायरिंग करने वाले तो मोहरे मुर्गे और हरामखोर थे, ठीक है? 2 टके के हरामखोर, जो कि एक सिविलियन को जिसके हाथ में नहीं है बड़ा सूरमय बन रहे थे हरामजादे, वो AK-47 फायर करके पॉइंट ब्लैंक रेंज पे शूट कर रहे थे एमुनिशन बचाने के। असली गुनहगार पाकिस्तान की आर्मी चीफ और उसकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, उसकी फौज, उसकी ISI. Unless you hit them, unless you impose costs and consequences on them, unless you impose deterrence by punishment, सजा असली गुनाहगार को जानी चाहिए ना। मोहरे तो ठीक है, मारने पड़ते हैं, ऑफ कोर्स मारने पड़ते हैं, कोई छोड़ेंगे नहीं, बख्शेंगे नहीं, और जब हाथ चढ़ेंगे तो जला के मारेंगे। चुप रहे चूहों की तरह, छछूंदरों की तरह, ठीक है? भाई तुम निकलोगे साले, खाना खाने, पानी पीने, कभी तो निकलोगे, तुम्हें जला के मारेंगे। तुम तो ये तो बी रेस्ट एश्योर्ड, क़यामत के दिन तुम्हारी रूह खड़ी नहीं हो, जिस तरह के घिनौने काम तुमने किए, ठीक है? तो मैं कह ये रहा था कि हमको हिट करना है पाकिस्तान की आर्मी को, और माशाअल्लाह पाकिस्तान की आर्मी ने आपको बेस्ट एक्सक्यूज दिया है, आ बैल मुझे मार, by hitting our military targets. By hitting our military targets, he has given us the best justification to now target the Pakistani army, the ISI, their headquarters, their corps, command, whatever headquarters they have. It has given us an excuse so that we inflict costs and consequences on the right perpetrators. और वही मोदी जी ने कहा था, करने वालों को मारेंगे और उनके जो आका हैं पार, उनको भी नहीं छोड़ेंगे. Now is the time to hit.
I'll tell you something very interesting. कल ना I was telling you, I was watching on the news and I was watching some of my other friends who were on the news, और मैं देख रहा था क्या चल रहा है, और हमारे यहाँ पे तो चिल्लम चिल्ली, कराची में मारा है, इस्लामाबाद में मारा है, ये हो रहा था. तो हम लोगों ने VPN लगा के पाकिस्तानी न्यूज लगाई, और उनके यहाँ पे कह रहे हैं ये जी इंडिया तो झूठ बोल रहा है, हमने जम्मू में कुछ नहीं किया, ये इंडिया अपने आप पे खुद अटैक कर रहा है, हमारे ऊपर नाम लगा रहा है. एंड ये तो बहुत नेक्स्ट लेवल डिनायल है. मतलब मेरे पास जम्मू से एक्चुअल फुटेज है, ऊपर लोगों के घरों के बॉम्ब जा रहे हैं. आप इस लेवल के डिनायल पे कैसे एग्जिस्ट कर सकते? और ये मैंने ओवरऑल पाकिस्तान के एटीट्यूड में देखा है. मेरे को ऐसा लगता है सिविलियन आदमी कुछ डिफेंड करता है एज अ कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ स्टेट, मैं वो वाली बात समझता हूं, पर आप इस लेवल के डिनायल में हो जहां आप कह रहे हो अरे हमारा टेररिज्म से क्या लेना देना. आंखें खोलो भाई, उसामा बिन लादेन आपकी जेब में बैठा हुआ था. आंखें खोलो, मसूद अजहर आपकी जेब में बैठा हुआ है, और अभी से नहीं कभी से बैठा हुआ है. आप ऐसे कैसे एक्ट कर सकते हो कि अरे हम तो कुछ नहीं कर रहे. इंडिया ने खुद पे फॉल्स फ्लैग किया, और अब इंडिया खुद पे बॉम्ब गिरा रहा है और हम पे नाम लगा रहा है. दैट इज सम रिटार्डेड लेवल शिट.
क्रेजी, इट इज क्रेजी, यू नो. देखिए मैं आपको बताता हूं, आई फॉट द 71 वॉर, यू नो, एंड 71 वॉर में जब वहां ढाका में सरेंडर हो रहा था, पाकिस्तान का मीडिया क्या कह रहा था
कि पाकिस्तान जीत गया,
हम जीत रहे हैं, माशाअल्लाह जीत हमारी होगी, इंशाअल्लाह फतेह करेंगे, ये करेंगे. व्हेन पाकिस्तान 93,000 prisoners of war, greatest mass surrender after the second world war, मतलब ऑप्टिकली एविडेंट
साइन करते हुए फोटोग्राफ है उनकी, सरेंडर साइन करते हुए
यार. द होल वर्ल्ड मीडिया वाज फिक्सेटेड, हिप्नोटाइज्ड watching that surrender ceremony. You are talking of victory, but they go to that ridiculous level of denial.
Right.
झूठ मतलब, you know, वो Goebbelian.
Right.
The greater the lie, the bigger the lie, the better. You know, so the simple point is, unless it has a kernel of truth, काम नहीं करता.
Right.
And it आपकी credibility zilch हो जाती है.
Right.
You see, but there I have a bone to pick with our people also. We are doing so damn well. Propagate it. Tell it to the world.
Right.
Tell it to the world. And you know,
and don't
with
exaggerate
the
it
battle
maybe.
of narrative, no exaggeration.
Because
you
we are
have to
winning.
state facts.
Yeah, we are so much ahead.
Plain empirical facts.
Right.
We just have to state them. But there are, you know, old established drills. You see, I have fought every war that since 71 and onwards.
Right.
Right. I have been in the military operation directorate twice. There are very set systems in this country from pre-independence times. ब्रिटिश टाइम से सेट सिस्टम्स चले आ रहे हैं. finger the systems.
Right.
Don't start reinventing the wheel with each conflict. इस बार हम ऐसे करेंगे ना. But set working systems हैं, follow them. For example, during the Kargil war, the set system was the Ministry of Defense. Ministry of Defense used to give once a day briefing, right? And in that briefing, representative officers, colonels and equivalents from the Military Operation Directorate, Air Ops Directorate, Naval Ops Directorate, the guys planning and conducting the operations, they used to come and they used to brief. There used to be a rep of the Ministry of Defense. There used to be a rep of the MEA, Joint Secretary level. Reps used to be there. And this system was working very well. Beautifully, it worked every day of the war, and it lasted 3 months. They would give that update. Factual, plain, simple update, giving what has happened, no future plans. Stuck to what has happened. So that kept the media informed, that kept people informed, and there are lots of media warriors out there to support you, but they need the fact check. Up since yesterday, I must point this out. I must point this out. Since yesterday, we've been hearing rumors. I, as a military analyst, can't piece together.
Yeah.
Ki whether the Indian Navy has struck Karachi, yes, no.
There is no way of knowing.
There is no.
The fog is so intense.
The fog has become so intense. So I'm sure it is not a deliberate policy to keep a fog.
No.
So therefore, you see, initially it was excellent. We are following a whole of the government approach. So it was excellent that the MEA was leading the charge. The MEA was giving the briefings with 2 women officers, very symbolically chosen. I'm not sure they are from the MO Directorate or anywhere or Air Ops.
Bilkul.
But those girls were chosen for symbolical value. Ki Sindoor, Op Sindoor, our girls were hit, so we are hitting back. Our girls are giving it back. Good, very nice. Now it has changed from just applying pressure, just attacking terrorist camps to almost ongoing war.
Right.
So in war there are old set, procedures, SOPs. Let's just follow them. That's all that I'm saying.
Right.
But it was being misunderstood. No, you want military this or that. For God's sake, the Military of Defense is a civilian organization. Let them do their job.
Yes. No, sir, I feel like even कल मैंने पहली बार बड़ा क्लियरली ये होते देखा क्योंकि मैं ना I had all news telecasts on. तो मेरे सामने I'm watching Indian news, phone पे I'm on Twitter, and then there is also another PC playing Pakistan news, and I could see the difference. And the way it was happening was कि कोई चीज सोशल मीडिया पे एक आदमी डालता था with some video which could be true, there is no time to verify, and 5 minutes later it's ending up on actual traditional media, and then it is becoming fact. और हम लोग इंडिया में we are convinced कि भाई हर तरफ बम गिर रहे हैं. I got several phone calls yesterday of people saying, will I be okay? Like people really in anxiety. And that was my reaction. I was like, yaar, tum kyun tension le rahe ho? But what do you say to somebody like that who's going, because there are actual people going through anxiety when this happens. Yeah. They're afraid. I get it.
So therefore, it is essential to keep a free flow of information, controlled information being fed. You see?
Right.
So that in war is the province of uncertainty, and the fog of war, as it is called. Every time a battle starts, there's a fog of war. There's so many rumors, so many false reports, so many this. So we must give clarity. And I'm sure we are a very smart organization.
Right.
I think we will revert to our SOPs very shortly because this is now heading to full-scale war.
Right.
It is no longer just applying psychological pressure or diplomatic pressure or economic pressure, of course, is on. And that is working pretty well. It has got them rattled. It's got them rattled to the core. And the military strikes have
shook them.
Shaken them.
Yeah,
you see,
right.
I'll give you an example. There was an old retired soldier in the Pakistani Senate. He was crying. I have seen that man in tears, and actually as an old soldier, I felt a little sorry for them. हमने क्या गुनाह किया है, मेरे मौला, हमारी मदद कर, हमें बचा. That is the state of mind in Pakistan, right? There's a YouTuber in Pakistan who says, how is it? India fires 24 missiles on our terror camps. Every one of them gets through. We attack 15 of their targets. Not one of our rockets, missiles, drones gets through. They hit in Lahore. They hit in Sialkot. They hit in Rawalpindi. They get through. You see, the simple fact is they have been let down by their Chinese equipment. Remember, there was a fracas between Iran and Pakistan.
Right.
Over the Baluch insurgents. Striking in Iran. Iran fired missiles. They all got through. The Chinese radars were not able to pick up the Iranian missiles. They went crying to their Chinese masters, what bloody useless radars have you given us? Sir, the Chinese have given you a hell of a lot of junk equipment. Start counting.
Right.
Start counting. You see, the radars on the JF-17s don't work. They gave them PL-15 missiles. Half the debris that you have seen yesterday are PL-15 Chinese beyond visual range missiles.
And they're completely intact?
Intact, fallen down.
Yeah, because they ran out of fuel or the explosive the payload did not deliver.
Did not work.
Yeah.
Failed to actuate.
And so,
or got shot down because some of them were blown up also.
And it's a huge military failure because now we know that technology, now I think Chinese
with
technology.
PL-15 missiles, not one but many with us, sir.
Right.
We will work out your frequencies. We will know everything about what this missile is all about.
Yes.
It's not going to work in the next war.
Right.
It's not going to work in the next
China
war.
का कितना रोल है इसमें? My hypothesis is कि orchestration उन्हीं की है.
No. देखो, there were speculations that China prompted Pakistan to do this. Look, they've got this. They've invested hell of a lot of billions of dollars. China-Pakistan economic corridor, Gwadar port, this, that, and the rest. They've invested so much because it gives them a warm water port on the Persian Gulf.
Yes. Right.
So they have invested so much. And now they find the Baluch Liberation Army is blasting the hell out of Pakistan. And Pakistan can't do a damn. The Pakistani army is so helpless. 5,000 Pakistani officers and soldiers have put in resignation. अरे साहब मैं तो अबू धाबी में जाके गार्ड की नौकरी करूंगा. I'll survive, I'll get very good pay. मैं नहीं लड़ना मरना चाहता. That is the morale, the state of mind, psychological condition. In Pakistan, we never heard of this. We never heard of an army chief sending his family off to America. And not only him, a number of senior officers. And now they're trying desperately to send their families out on Saudi Arabian this thing. But the whole world has stopped flying in and out of Pakistan.
Yes.
And which is helping us beautifully. Right. You know why?
Why?
When no plane lands or takes off from any Pakistani airfield, any plane that takes off is military. And
So
we
we
can
know.
see it and we can shoot it.
So it's just clear.
तभी तो plinking हो रही है इतनी ज़्यादा. And that is why the Pakistani Air Force is hiding. चूहों की तरह अपनी औरतों के बुर्कों के पीछे छुप रहे है दम तो जैसे अफगानिस्तान वालों ने बोला अब जरा हिंदुस्तान की एयरफोर्स से लड़के दिखाओ ना मौला की कसम तुम अब लड़के दिखाओ ठीक है तो द फैक्ट इज Asif Munir.
No, China. I'm curious. China, huh?
So talking of China, China will give intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, ISR support. China will give logistic support. China will supply some weapons. सारा तो उन्होंने 70% तो उन्हीं के हथियार है ठीक है बाकी वो कुछ काराकोरम रोड पे सप्लाई करेगा some it might try to fly in it can't fly in now because चल रहे हैं S-400 उड़ जाएगा तुम्हारा जहाज हमें क्या मालूम तुम्हारा है कि पाकिस्तान का
So you don't think China is the
China will just make friendly noises
अच्छा
higher than the mountains deeper than the seas iron-clad relationship ये बोल चुके ये बोल चुके ठीक है लेकिन they will not put boots on the ground they will dare not intervene in this fight why will they not intervene
Why?
Because, sir, they have a war to fight on their eastern flank. They want to take Taiwan.
So they have to be very
try
careful.
anything in Taiwan and they'll have to face the Americans, the Japanese, the Australians, the Filipinos, the Vietnamese. They're all ranged up against them. Their eastern theater is seriously, they are seriously engaged.
Achha.
It is very, very common sense strategy that you fight only on one front at a time.
Right.
You don't open a second front when you are heavily engaged on your eastern front.
Right.
You don't open a western front.
Right.
Under Pakistani prodding, after 2019, they had opened up the front in Ladakh. And they got it right back. India counter-mobilized, mashed them man for man, gun for gun, tank for tank, fighter for fighter. and then we overmatched them. And then Galwan happened. They got a hiding of their life. And then we got onto the Chushul range, you see, and we captured that post. We occupied that post just overlooking their regimental headquarter. ठंडे पसीने आ गए. ये 1962 की फौज नहीं है.
अच्छा.
जमीन आसमान का फर्क है. So now if they want to mess around with us, they know it will be a big bloody fracas.
Right.
ठीक है? And when they are engaged there, they very sensibly the Chinese decided, the Indians decided. At that time, Joe Biden was treating India as enemy and putting a lot of pressure on us. Quite obviously, the Indian government got cheesed off.
Right.
They said, यार अगर ऐसे दोस्त हैं, दुश्मनों की क्या जरूरत है?
सही बात.
तो हम क्यों चाइना से लड़ें इनके बिहाफ पे? ठीक है, जब ये हमको लाते मार रहे हैं, ये बांग्लादेश में कू करा रहे हैं, ये कुकी लैंड बनाना चाहते हैं, हमने इनको $1 बिलियन दिए कि हमको तेजस के इंजन दो. पैसा खा गए, डिकार नहीं लिया, 2 साल से इंजन नहीं दिए. डोनाल्ड ट्रंप आया तो मिले हैं. ठीक है, ये तो हॉस्टाइल हो गए है ना.
हाँ, right.
So the Indian government decided, the Chinese government decided, why should we fight one another? So that therefore we had the Ladakh thaw. Now Pakistan is in trouble. And the Chinese, we are studying the Chinese media and the Chinese security thinkers and analysts. वो कह रहे हैं यार, we should intervene only if Pakistan is in deep trouble.
अच्छा.
Otherwise, we should stick our noses clear.
Right.
We can give them help, this, that, and the rest. They ask for it, they are getting it.
I have a question, sir. 71 वाली वॉर तो सरेंडर में खत्म हुई, where they had to give up Bangladesh, what is now Bangladesh. And 99 वाली वॉर या उसके अलावा जितनी भी वॉर्स होती हैं, I've seen कभी ना क्लियर कंक्लूजन नहीं होता. What do you think, under what circumstances does this war get an off-ramp? Like, what happens? Because I'll tell you why, I'll give you perspective. For a lot of people, including myself, this is the first time this is happening.
Yeah.
And not only is it happening in the distance, it's happening on my phone. And so the noise of it, for a lot of people, is jarring. Now, for whatever reason, good or bad, I have a stomach for it. I can handle conflict, I can handle tension, I can handle crises. And I become very steady through all of this. It could just be instinctive. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people are very afraid. And even still, I think uncertainty has a lot to do with fear. जब आपको पता ही नहीं कि आप क्या एक्सपेक्ट करो, गाड़ी किधर जाएगी, हाँ क्या हो रहा है, तो मैं सिर्फ एक I just want to throw a hypothetical out, because this is the most common question I'm getting on the phone.
Right.
When people are calling me with anxiety and I'm, swear to God, breathing heavy. क्या हो रहा है? कैसे हो रहा है? They're like, how does this end? And I don't know. I have no experience. So curious, how does one end?
Uncertainty kills.
Yeah.
You know, the Pakistani stock exchange is down by 8%. Mayhem हो गया है. Fallen by 7 to 10,000 points yesterday. Uncertainty.
Yep.
क्या होगा? What will happen? तेरा क्या होगा कालिया?
Right.
You know, that is the question in everybody's mind. But jokes apart, the simple fact is, you know, the trend in the Cold War was there were no conclusive conflicts. Because neither Russia nor America would allow their clients to lose.
Right.
Cold War is over. This is the era of multipolarity. In multipolarity, you can have decisive conflicts. Or you can have conflicts like Russia-Ukraine, 3.5 years and counting.
Yeah.
3.5 years and counting.
Right.
But they are 3.5 years and counting because the Russians have their own supply chain, functioning fully vibrant. They are churning out by the millions artillery rounds and anti-aircraft missiles and ground strike missiles, etc. The Americans, the NATO were supplying. You know, the Ukrainian armed forces have been destroyed 3 times over.
And they've rebuilt?
They've been rebuilt from a scratch by the Americans and by the how is this conflict ending? Because Joe Biden lost the election.
Right.
Donald Trump came and said it is a stupid war.
Yes.
And you were damn right.
Well, Putin
and
has fractured
he has
NATO.
told Ukraine, I'll snip off your tail.
Yeah.
ठीक है? So you better have peace now because I don't want this war.
Right.
Biden wanted it. He's history.
No, Putin played his cards very well because at this point he's broken the alliance between Europe and America, which was a never seen before. Trump comes in, he's like, stop asking me for money, you pay the money. And then suddenly Europe's standing there being like, what did we get ourselves into?
Because you see, Europe hasn't gotten over delusions of grandeur.
Yes, they have.
They were colonizing powers. They still think they own the world.
Yes.
I'm sorry the world has moved on. I mean, I like my French friends. We have lots of family in UK, etc. and all that. But you guys must grow out of that,
It's not
fantasy.
1940 anymore.
It is not 1930, sir. It
Yes.
is not the colonial era.
Yes.
The world has changed.
Right.
So change with it. Smell the coffee. Grow up with it.
Right.
You don't have the wherewithal to fight Russia on your own.
Right.
You need the Americans. And the Americans said, why are we bankrolling these guys? इनकी इकोनॉमी चढ़ गई, हमारी बैठ रही है. You know, हमारे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग जॉब्स खत्म हो गए.
Right.
The white American who was a blue collar worker, because they don't study too hard, they don't all go to college. He was living a damn good life. He could afford the best of cars as a blue collar worker in the industries of the United States. Now the fact is, those industries are finished. They've outsourced everything to China.
Yes.
China has become the workshop of the world. And therefore, Donald Trump is talking a fair amount of sense. Do you know that 100 years back, there were no income tax in United States?
Really? Now it's
They
like
were-
45%.
No,
45% hai.
45% hai. There were no income tax in the United States. They were only living off tariffs. The government was earning enough money from tariffs. He's talking sense. He says, I won't charge you a dime of income tax to American citizens. I'll get it all from other countries.
Which I think is I don't know enough economics, but it sounds.
We'll have to see how it works.
Yeah, we have to see how it works.
But the basic idea is sound. He's
Yeah,
trying to go take
Americans-
the world back to the World War I, World War II era.
I get it. Americans are not particularly, even Americans who are very pro-Trump are like, this has been a disaster kind of the first 100 days. But historically, you always think Trump is a disaster and then he pulls it back somehow. He does a very good job at being the president. Even the last time, I think.
He's pretty smart, huh? And
Yeah.
he's quite intuitive.
He's a very business fellow.
He's a businessman.
He's not a career politician. He's a
You
career
see-
businessman.
you
And there's a
see, and
difference.
businessmen have to deliver.
Yes. They're about
Politicians
execution.
can talk their way out of anything. Businessmen have to deliver. This man will deliver, you will see.
I have a question, sir. Under what circumstances do boots get on the ground? हमारे लोग या उनके लोग अंदर बाहर बॉर्डर पे, मतलब उस टाइप का वॉरफेयर का कोई स्कोप है, या इज इट टू लेट फॉर दैट? लाइक अब वो वाली लड़ाइयां होती नहीं, अब हम लोग ड्रोन से
You
लड़ेंगे.
see, it all depends on the next move that Pakistan makes. It all depends on the next move. You know, there's an escalation ladder now clearly defined. Step 1, escalation ladder, Pahalgam. Step 2, hit on the 9 terror camps. Step 3, Pakistan attacks 15 military targets, fails dismally. But that it failed does not take away from the fact that it has climbed that escalation ladder. We can't ignore it. It is hitting military targets. We can take it as a damn good thing. Why? Because it gives us the justification now to hit Pakistani military targets. The only way to impose deterrence is by hitting military targets, headquarters, ISI in Pakistan. Only way to make them cry uncle and stop this nonsense. The real power in Pakistan is the army. The real decision makers are the army. The real terrorist masters, puppet masters are the army. You want to hit terrorism, then you have to hit the Pakistan army.
No.
They have given you a carte blanche.
No, I get that.
Maro.
But मतलब foot soldier warfare, is that a possibility?
Excellent. So far, the war is confined to drone warfare, air warfare, right? And possibly naval warfare if that rumor is right.
Right.
We've addressed the naval flank,
Yes.
right? So it is all just up
Weapons.
with the gizmos, high-tech warfare. You know, no boots on the ground involved as yet, except for artillery firing across the line of control.
Right.
But for how long?
Yes.
That is the point. Now, one school of thought is the escalation ladder will go up, one matrix of possibility.
Yes.
You see, we work on matrix of possibilities. One matrix of possibility is that keep escalating up the ladder because Mullah Munir, if he doesn't escalate, he is dead. The Pakistani mobs will lynch him. The Pakistani army will do a coup.
Yes.
See?
There was rumors of that too last time.
And there are very strong rumors of that happening. Ye
Yes.
invisible ho gaya hai. This man is scared. I've not seen a chief go dive into a bunker. I've not seen a chief who sends his family to United States.
The soldiers generally come forward and lead from the front. The soldier mentality is that.
And
Yeah.
when, you see, when the Kargil war was on, General Malik, VP Malik, was on the battlefront, on the forward lines almost every second, third day. Half the war he was there. He was the army chief. But, you know, good, great soldiers, Guderian, Manstein, they get to the front. Rommel, they lead from the front. There are no Rommels in Pakistan. There are no Rommels in Pakistan, and that's why they are in problem. They are running business empires. Bajwa retired with 1,200 crores neat.
Right.
This man already has 1,200 crores. He's not retired.
Right.
And he has no intentions of retiring. His brother-in-law holds half the realty in Rawalpindi. He owns half of Rawalpindi.
Right.
This is what happens in Pakistan.
Right.
The difference between us and them is we are military professionals. They have become
Military dictators.
Traders.
Yeah. Traders.
Traders.
No, but to sir, again, two questions I still want clarity on. One of them is under what conditions are boots on the ground possible, or if that's not going to happen. And under like, help me imagine a scenario where we come to a close with this. Like, what happens towards
Closure.
the end? Yes.
How
Those
do
two
we
questions.
get closure?
Yeah.
Okay. So, question number one, will there be boots on the ground? If there are boots on the ground, it will be full-scale war. Is Pakistan ready for a full-scale war? I told you the war wastage rates were 7 to 10 days, now down to 5 to 6.
Right.
Does their Air Force have enough aviation turbine fuel? 5 days. The moment boots are on the ground, we will blockade Karachi.
Yes.
Not one drop of fuel will get through. Not one round of ammunition will get through by the sea route. Okay, sir? Then you are done for. You've extended the war. You've bought lot more casualties on our side also, on many more on your side. Okay? And you've spelled disaster, kaput, Pakistan. Will he do it? I have my doubts. I have my doubts.
You have your doubts.
So he might just try a few more of these, technical gizmos here and there in the hope that they will work. But he has been thoroughly disabused, unless he's neurotic and he doesn't see reality. He's so removed from reality
Right.
that it can't, it can only happen under acute mental stress. And you see, the simple fact is your Chinese gizmos are not working. China के radar काम नहीं कर रहे साहब. They didn't work against Iran. They didn't work against India. China के PL-15 मिसाइल डर्ट की तरह फॉल कर रहे हैं. वहां से फायर कर रहे हैं पैनिक में फायर कर रहे हैं. They're either getting shot out of the skies here, or they don't work. I mean, their fuses don't work or whatever. यहाँ डट गिरे जा रहे हैं. भरा हुआ है पूरा यहाँ से Punjab to Jaisalmer. We are getting dud.
And then question number 2 is, you've seen 71, you've seen 99. Under what conditions do these things close?
So closure, I'll tell you the closure matrix.
Yes.
United States of America. Marco Rubio is talking every day to the Pakistani foreign minister. ठीक है? National Security Advisor Ajit Doval has spoken to his counterpart, Yang Yi in China. And he's told them, tell these fools to lay off, otherwise they'll get had. And I'm sure you don't want them had fully.
Right.
So they can also put pressure beyond a certain point of time. अब नाक तो चीन की भी कट रही है ना
कि उनके weapon
कि
नहीं चल
हमारा
रहे।
एक वेपन सिस्टम तो सबसे बड़ा जंक है. इतने एक्सपोर्ट कर रहे थे. अब कौन खरीदेगा कालिया? अब कौन खरीदेगा? They are also now losing face.
Right.
They are smart enough to understand.
नहीं,
And the
but sir-
longer this continues, the more they get exposed.
Right. नहीं,
Their
but
weapons get exposed.
Munir needs a face-saving exit. Na, matlab, I cannot imagine, I'm talking pure game theory, I cannot imagine where you completely batter the guy and he's like, you know what, I give up. Because that's going to make him more desperate and more violent. Like, I think this is what an off-ramp is in your vocabulary. It's
So
like being...
the off-ramp will have to be created now by the outside powers who are also now very keen in seeing that it doesn't escalate beyond the nuclear Rubicon.
Okay,
It doesn't escalate. And very nix chances of this escalating. But because he knows there is deterrence. He knows he uses one, he'll get 10.
Right.
And they'll be far heavier from 10 kiloton to 45 kilotons and more are our warheads. His warheads are sub-kiloton.
Right.
1.5 paua, 2 paua ka wo mazak, So, I mean, yeah, give us a break. Give us a break. So, the way that this will end is an off-ramp is created. Donald Trump says, okay, I don't want war. I think this should end. Okay? And he puts pressure on
Pakistan.
And we tell United States, we are prepared to call it off. This is the man escalating. Ask him. We gave him an off-ramp after step 1.
Right.
He escalated to step 2 and then to step 3. So we are prepared to give him the off-ramp. But if he doesn't want to take it, sir, then you better talk to him. He's the nutcase around. He's the fruit cake.
Yes.
Right? So talk to him. Knock sense into him. So the world will put, I would reckon that America would put pressure from here. They'll talk to China indirectly. Look, call it off. Europe will possibly try and talk. UK is another country that has some influence. Saudi Arabia, great friend of United States of America and benefactor used to be of Pakistan. Pressure will come through there. Already the Iranian foreign minister came here to Pakistan. We are prepared to mediate.
Right.
We want to mediate. Malaysia wants to mediate. The whole world wants to mediate. And we are telling them, oh, look, yeah, we are giving this guy off ramps. Now you tell him, don't tell us. हम तो शुरू से तैयार हैं ऑफ रैम्प देने को. But he's wanting to escalate further. So if he wants to escalate further, we have no choice but to reciprocate. So I would reckon the way that it will end is, I'll tell you the end game scenarios.
Yes.
Scenario number 1, coup in Pakistan military. Mullah Munir, is sent to the gallows, right? And the next government, whosoever comes up, Imran Khan comes up. Even the Americans want Imran Khan, by the way.
He would sue for peace right now.
He would say, right now I need peace.
Given his condition, if he comes out right now,
इसने मेरे को मरा दिया है. We need time to regain our breath.
Right.
And restore the economy. He's destroying the Pakistani economy.
But I don't think Shehbaz Sharif in any place to let that happen. Even if Munir goes, there is a political establishment.
शहबाज शरीफ की क्या औकात है यार?
है तो puppet ही.
Puppet है. उसका puppet master गया तो वो भी गया. ये सरकार तो गई, समझ लीजिए आप. They are not coming back. Next election भी करा लो, free fair, जो होती नहीं है. But ये तो गया. You see, it is the Pakistani government that
the army chooses the prime minister.
The leader.
Yes, right.
Chooses the leader. So scenario 1, coup in the Pakistan army. This fellow overthrown, Shahbaz Sharif exit. ठीक है? Interim government comes up. Imran Khan comes out of jail triumphantly, and then he says, we'll let it rest for now, and we will prepare, do whatever. That is the kind of assurance he will give. So that's one off-ramp. Second off-ramp, Pakistan is prevailed upon by the United States, Saudi Arabia, China. Okay, call it off now. You done well. That is why they are telling so many lies. Because they want to justify themselves to their population. हमने 5 रफाल मार दिए हैं साहब. ये तो भारत की बत्ती बंद हो गई है तो हम छोड़ रहे हैं. That will be their propaganda line. That is their off-ramp.
Right. That's their off-ramp they're creating themselves.
They are creating for themselves.
Yes, right. They're creating that face-saving exit from this. Yes,
exit.
Right. I saw that on the news yesterday.
And the third scenario is the dire scenario. It escalates further to a ground war, and then all bets are off. All bets are off.
Would you say under 1% chance that something happens to Delhi and Mumbai, or under 5% or under 10% probability? Like major cities, because we are seeing a lot of stuff happening.
Good question.
Yes.
Good question. Now we have the answer. Previously we did not have the answer. Has one Pakistani missile or drone gotten through when they attacked 15 targets?
No.
And just ahead of Delhi?
Yeah.
Not one.
Right.
We have an excellent missile defense shield. We have an excellent air defense network. It has worked 100% efficiency. So rest assured, citizens of Delhi can go sleep easily. Don't
सर
worry.
मैं अपने डरे हुए दोस्तों के बिहाफ पे सवाल पूछ रहा हूँ. आप मानोगे नहीं मेरे को कितने फोन आएंगे आज भी. But sir, thank you for your time. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your voice. जय हिंद सर.
जय हिंद, जय भारत.